Ex-Colt Player son is missing. And the parents are not cooperating, y'all. Yes, his dad is an ex-football player. Probably since he done retired. tell you, raising these kids something else now. But let's listen to this, and then we're gonna get into what the grandmother had to say. Okay.
14-year-old Bryson MUIR was last seen 12 days ago at his grandmother's house near Cleveland, Ohio. She reported concerns Bryson's parents were beating him after spotting this black eye. For the last several days, state police have been trying to find the boy. After several efforts, ISP says investigators spoke directly with Bryson's parents yesterday. And through an attorney, his parents agreed to meet with detectives at ISP's Peru post at noon Friday.
Right now, the lack of cooperation, that's the frustrating part. But again, it's incumbent upon us.
All right, y'all. I tell you, this young man has vanished 12 days ago, coming from his grandmama's house. So when he got over there to the daddy, what happened? And y'all can imagine that everything is allegedly, okay? That I said is allegedly, okay? And it's for entertainment, news reporting, educating my people over here, and criticism, okay? What happened to this young man?
Bryson MUIR was last seen 12 days ago at his grandmother's house near Cleveland, Ohio. She reported concerns Bryson's parents were beating him after spotting this black eye. For the last several days, state police have been trying to find the boy. After several efforts, ISP says investigators spoke directly with Bryson's parents yesterday. And through an attorney, his parents agreed to meet with detectives.
Is that a church? It's a church down there, y'all. It's a truck right there. It's a van and a trailer house right there. And a gate right here. What in the Indiana Colts Player is going on here? And the parent is not cooperating. If they did something to the child, they need to tell them. If they didn't, but look at this sign on the outside of the house. Look right here. What is that? What is going on? What in the world is going on?
Detectives at ISP's Peru post at noon Friday.
Right now, the lack of cooperation, that's the frustrating part. But again, it's incumbent upon us as a law enforcement agency to work through that, overcome that obstacle, and try to come at this at other angles.
ISP issued a silver alert for Bryson on Friday, which Captain Galavis says helps spread the word on an exponential level.
That really helps send this information out, even more than we were able to here over the last few days.
Investigators also previously got onto the large property where the MUIRs live. This video is from when we were there earlier this week. Right past the fence, there's a sign that reads, "Welcome to Straightway, Indiana, Goshen."
Now, what that mean? Welcome to Straightway, Indiana, Goshen. Now, what did that mean?
A Google search of Straightway will lead you to Straightway Truth Ministries, a Tennessee-based religious group that some online have labeled a cult. Former FBI investigator Doug Coons, who isn't affiliated with this case, says this could add an additional challenge to the mix.
Whenever you're working with any religious group, be it conservative, extreme, liberal, whatever, you just are sensitive that they have their own ways of doing things.
Yeah.
Coons says investigators may have to tread lightly.
You talk to the leadership and you try to minimize any kind of
State Police say it's possible Bryson is still with his parents, but it isn't certain. So detectives have to explore all possibilities. At the end of the day, ISP says investigators just need to ensure his safety for themselves.
Our investigators want to get eyes on. They want to ensure for themselves his safety and well-being.
State Police tell us investigators will continue their attempts to communicate with Bryson's parents and their attorneys. Michael Van Scoik, Fox 59.
Okay, y'all. What is going on? Let's go back and look at the dad. Let's go back and look at the dad. You know what? I'm going to tell you the truth. See, these kids is not doing what y'all tell them to do. Y'all trying to discipline your kids, and they go here, daddy. Still look like a football player, don't he? That boy probably talked back to that man, and that man lost it. But dad, where is your son? Don't run. And why did he have to get that kind of discipline? Talk to somebody. Don't run, Dad. Don't run. Because it's your child. This young man been gone for 12 days, y'all. 12 days ago. And the parents not cooperating. But they have not seen Bryson, the 12-year-old. Let's hear what the grandmother had to say.
His sister tells me Daniel has been estranged from his family for years. When Cheryl Wright went to pick Bryson up in Toledo at her daughter's request, this is how she expected him to look. Instead, when he got in the car, she says he had a black eye, a fat lip, and a swollen face.
He told me that, he deserved it and it was okay. So I told him that it wasn't. No one should beat their children like that, not if they love them.
Friday night, I spoke to Wright on the phone for about 15 minutes about her daughter Kristen, son-in-law Daniel, and what she believes happened to her 14-year-old grandson.
So I just want to find Bryson. I want to make sure that he's okay.
Wright says the day she went to pick Bryson up, there were 3 people in the car. His mom and dad, and a man she didn't know. But only Bryson drove the nearly 2 hours back to her Cleveland home with her.
She just told me that I needed to pick him up. And because this is an ongoing case, I don't want to say everything that happened during our conversation, but she just told me that I needed to come get him.
After only a couple days, Wright says Bryson was picked up by his mother, his dad, and an adult male, but not before she called police. Wright says 3 or 4 minutes after they left, an officer pulled them over, but Bryson wasn't in the car. So what could have happened to Bryson within that 3 to 4 minutes that you think?
Sir, the only things that the police officers told me is that they probably put him into another vehicle, and that car drove off.
As of Friday afternoon, Indiana State Police say both Kristen and Daniel are no longer cooperating with investigators. Friday morning, State Police say the MUIR...
Y'all, let's go back to what the grandmama said. Let's go back. Got to visit what the grandma said, okay? The boy is 14. They had the mom, the dad in the car, and another man. Could they have let another teenager discipline him? Because they're in some kind of cult, okay? Some kind of church, okay? And this is where they discipline their son. But it's wrong for them to hide him like that. So let's listen to once again what the grandma said, and let's break it down together.
Chase Howell talked with the boy's grandmother tonight and Daniel Muir's sister. So Chase, what did they say?
Scott, his sister tells me Daniel has been estranged from his family for years. When Cheryl Wright went to pick Bryson up in Toledo at her daughter's request, this is how she expected him to look. Instead, when he got in the car, she says he had a black eye, a fat lip, and a swollen face.
Why is he like this? Look like an accident injury. This look like he battled with a big grown man and stuff. Somebody bigger than him. He went but 14. Jeez.
She told me that, he deserved it and and it was okay.
He deserved it, and it was okay. Okay, this is what it is, y'all. The dad don't discipline the boy, okay, his son. He disciplined his son, and he went too far. Then they really got the tussling. They got the tussling, they got the tussle, they got the tussling. Until that boy put them injuries, to that man, to the dad allegedly put injuries on him. Okay? And now they trying to clear up the injuries. Cause if the daughter said, "Mom, he deserved it." Nobody deserved that kind of punishment. But sometimes your kids can take you there, and that's where we have to control ourselves. Because ain't a lot of people don't tolerate that talking back. But this went a little too far.
Okay. So I told him that it wasn't. No one should beat their children like that, not if they love them.
Friday night, I spoke to Wright on the phone for about 15 minutes about her daughter Kristen, son-in-law Daniel, and what she believes happened to her 14-year-old grandson.
So I just want to find Bryson. I want to make sure that he's okay.
Wright says the day she went to pick Bryson up, there were 3 people in the car. His mom and dad, and a man she didn't know. But only Bryson drove the nearly 2 hours back to her Cleveland home with her.
She just told me that I needed to pick him up. And because this is an ongoing case, I don't want to say...
So she told her to come pick Bryson up. But where is Bryson? If she came to pick up Bryson, where is he? It was the mom, dad, and another man. But where's Bryson? How did Bryson get away from the grandmama then? What's went on? What's going on right here?
Everything that happened during our conversation, but she just told me that I needed to come get him.
After only a couple days, Wright says Bryson was picked up by his mother, his dad, and an adult male, but not before she called police. Wright says 3 or 4 minutes after they left, an officer pulled them over, but Bryson...
Okay, what? So the dad and the mom came to pick him up, the 14 up. Your old, probably hard-headed, disrespectful and all that, but he didn't deserve this. But when the police put him on, Bryson wasn't in the car. What in the world they did with Bryson? They had to put Bryson in another car. If he wasn't in one car. What is going on to where that boy was mistreated like that?
Wasn't in the car. So what could have happened to Bryson within that 3 to 4 minutes that you think?
Sir, the only thing that the police officers told me is that they probably put him into another vehicle, and that car drove off.
As of Friday afternoon, Indiana State Police say both Kristen and Daniel are no longer cooperating with investigators. Friday morning, State Police say the Muirs backed out of a meeting with police that they were supposed to bring Bryson to.
Bryson is, I believe, somewhere else, and they just don't want to bring him back. Maybe they don't want the police to see his face. I think it's been almost 2 weeks now, but I'm sure that those injuries are still there.
I called and texted numbers believed to belong to Daniel Kristen, but never got a response back. Reporting in Logansport, Chase Howell, 13 News.
What did it say? They sent something that said, "Hey, Daniel, mind giving me a call when you can?" And it's not going to respond to them. He's not. What y'all think? Okay, y'all. Let's put it together. Y'all. That's one thing we do over here. We think, okay, we're not investigators, but we do think, okay, and everything we said is allegedly, okay? Now, the daughter asked her mom, to come pick up Bryson's. Okay? When she went to pick up Bryson, she was expect a grandmother gonna always expect for their grandkids to look like themselves. So she was expecting for him to be looking like this. Don't forget, mind you, he's 14. So she picked Bryson up in Toledo at her daughter's request, okay? Now that daughter must have felt sorry for her son. Now it looked like the daddy done took the mama in hostage to me. Know what y'all think? What y'all think? Allegedly, I think that he's taking the mama into hostage. But where is Bryson? Because they came and got Bryson before the police got there. What are they doing to Bryson? Dealing with the church.
Cheryl Wright went to pick Bryson up in Toledo at her daughter's request. This is how she expected him to look. Instead, when he got in the car, she says he had a black eye, a fat lip, and a swollen face.
She told me that, he deserved it and it was okay. So, I told him that it wasn't.
Well, how are you going to say as a mother? Okay, let's put it like this. Supposedly, Bryson was a hard-headed young man. And he disrespected his grandmother. He disrespected his father. He talked back to his father, and the father reacted. Why is the father hiding? He got Bryson now. Bryson is his son. Why don't he come out and be a man like he is a preacher and tell them what happened? Why is he running? Why is he running?
No one should beat their children like that, not if they love them.
Friday night, I spoke to Wright on the phone for about 15 minutes about her daughter Kristen, son-in-law Daniel, and what she believes happened to her 14-year-old grandson.
He looked just like
I
his
just
daddy.
want to find Bryson. I want to make sure that he's okay.
Wright says the day she went to pick Bryson up, there were 3 people in the car. His mom and dad, and a man she didn't know.
Now, who is that man that the grandmama didn't know? By them being in that church, no telling who that is. Could it be a former football player? Could it be a teenager? Or could it be the one who put the punishment on him? Or is he the getaway driver? What happened? That's strange. Oh, Lord. I'm trying. If the mom asked the dad, okay, if the dad sent his son home in that condition, and the mama sent him over to the grandmother's house, why did the dad feel that he had to come back and get Bryson from over his grandma's house? And the mama said he deserved it. Why did the mama send Bryson to her house? To protect him, y'all. He probably deserved and punishment, but he didn't deserve that type of punishment.
But only Bryson drove the nearly 2 hours back to her Cleveland home with her.
She just told me that I needed to pick him up, and because this is an ongoing case, I don't want to say everything that happened during our.
But why now? See, it's the mama need help, y'all. The mom gonna need help. They need to find out where the mother is. Now I'm feeling sorry for the mom now, because he don't took the mom and Bryson. But the dad, it seemed like to me he upset because the mom asked for the punishment, allegedly, and she sent him to the grandmama house, and he know what's going to happen when the grandmama sees his face. So, in that condition, what y'all think?
Conversation, but she just told me that I needed to come get him.
After only a couple days, Wright says Bryson was picked up by his mother, his dad, and an adult male, but not before she called police. Wright says 3 or 4 minutes after they left, an officer pulled them over, but Bryson wasn't in the car. So what could have happened to Bryson?
Where was Bryson? You know what they did? See, this is how the churches does, the cult churches. allegedly, would hide what they do. They discipline the way they discipline. And they always transferring cars from cars from cars. I believe Bryson is safe. I believe he's safe somewhere, but this is this man's son. And he felt like he should be raising his son, but he going the wrong way. He going with the way his church discipline their kids, their children, allegedly.
In that 3 to 4 minutes that you think.
Sir, the only things that the police officers told me is that they probably put him into another vehicle, and that car drove off.
As of Friday afternoon, Indiana State Police say both Chris and Daniel are no longer cooperating with investigators. Friday morning, State Police say the Muirs backed out of a meeting with police that they were supposed to bring Bryson to.
Bryson is, I believe, somewhere else, and they just don't want to bring him back. Maybe they don't want the police to see his face. I think it's been almost 2 weeks now, but I'm sure that those injuries are still there.
I called in tech.
What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about Bryson being missing? Tell me what y'all think about inside the comments. All right, y'all. I decided to look some more information up. You know how Lanita do. She just research until she can find something to show y'all. Now, the grandmother of Bryson's, who y'all just heard on the phone, a Logan Sport, 14-year-old, last seen over 2 weeks. 2 weeks, y'all. Who may be being abused by his ex-NFL player father, is speaking out after she first reported to police that her grandson had a black eye the last time he was seen. Now, Bryson, the subject of an Indiana State Police silver alert last Friday, was last seen 15 days ago in Ohio. Wow. He is the son of the former Colts defensive lineman Daniel MUIR, who is now a person of interest. After failing to cooperate with the police, Bryson disappeared. That's how he became the person of interest, okay? It is a very difficult situation. The grandmother said, we're all very sick about him. It hurts my heart. Now, Bryson. Now, I don't know, is Sherry Wright? I don't know who Sherry Wright is. And it must be the grandmother. Yes, it's the grandmother. Bryson's grandmother initially tipped off police about potential abuse Bryson was facing just minutes before he was last seen by anyone other than his parents. She said she believes Bryson was beaten by his father, Daniel, and that her grandson has been brainwashed into the MUIR lifestyle on a large religion group compound on Logan Sport. Now, my son come home looking like this. I'm like, you had to do this, baby. She didn't mind him disciplining him, but not like this. Okay? Y'all know good well you cannot send your children home like this. The grandmother last saw Bryson on June 16, y'all, when he was leaving her home outside of Cleveland, Ohio, with his mother, Kristen, in a white 2015 Chevrolet Suburban. He was here for 2 days. Okay? He was there over the grandmama house for 2 days. Thursday evening to Sunday morning, Wright said, the grandmother said, his mom came to get him. Now the mom sent him over there. The mom sent the grandmama over there to pick him up. Then she turned around to come back to pick him up. And off he goes with the dad and the mama. His mom came to pick him, to get him. I didn't want to let him go because she seen the condition he was in. Now, the child's grandmother reported to the police that the child had a black eye and might be being abused by his parents. She even took a picture of Bryson. His face was battered. Now, the grandmama did the right thing by taking a picture of him. Okay? When I got him, he had a black eye and busted lips. That's what the grandmother said. His whole face was swollen. I can only imagine how many times he had been hit in the face for it to be like that. The grandmother told the Fox 59 CBS 4 that Bryson said it was his father, Daniel. So Bryson has admitted that it was his father who had given him the black eye, y'all. There go the answer that we've been looking for. That go the answer that we've been holding back. The young man, the 14-year-old, said that his father, Daniel, who had given him the black eye. He did not tell his grandma what led up to him being hit and did not want to talk about what happened. This caused her to call the local police. There your answer, y'all. Daniel, the Indiana Colt, did this to his son. And his son didn't want to say nothing else. Why did this happen to him? But he did mention his dad. I didn't want to let him go, the grandma said. I tried to call the police because he had been abused. It hurts me that anyone could be beaten like that. It hurts me that my daughter will allow anyone to do that to her child. Brainwashed. This is sad, y'all. ISP Captain Ron Galevis said he was just minutes behind between when the son and the mother left the home and when local police pulled over her Suburban. The grandmama said she was told officers found Christian's car before it had even gotten on the freeway. Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me that it was just minutes between when the son and the mother left the home and when local police pulled over her Suburban? Wright said she was told officers pulled Christian's car before it had even gotten on the freeway. Now, listen to this. However, the officer said Bryson was not found inside the car with his mother because Bryson allegedly got into the car with somebody else, or either he was put inside of the car with somebody else, allegedly. It was minutes. It wasn't a very long period of time whatsoever. So when the mom picked up Bryson, they immediately got him out of that car. That's what they did. They immediately got him out of that car real quick. Yes, they did. She said it was minutes. It wasn't a very long period of time whatsoever. But in that period of time, Bryson wasn't able to be found. We don't know where he went. Right? The grandmother was given an explanation from the police that she cannot talk to us about. The officer believed that he had probably been switched into another car. That's what they told the grandma. But y'all other detectives and y'all older polices, y'all need to give her some kind of answer. Investigations into the parents. 2 days later, the Cass County Department of Child Services asked ISP troopers to look into allegation of domestic battery conflicted upon Bryson at a home in Logansport. This was after the department wasn't able to get a hold of the family. Oh, Lord, have mercy, mercy, mercy. Up until Thursday, ISP had been unable to get hold of MUIR parents. Going out to the family home alone, the 1700 block of the West US 24 and Logan Sport, I apologize, y'all, several times. They went out there several times. They had to collect some kind of evidence. Then on June the 27th, the captain said that detectives had made contact with Daniel and Christian, and that they were beginning to cooperate with ISP's investigation. However, Bryson was still nowhere to be found. Boy, it's getting hot in here. Bryson is so conditioned our brainwash to their way of living that he wanted to go back with them, y'all. The child's grandma said Monday, as I tried to get my daughter to leave, he ran out of the house and left with them. So Bryson went with them, okay? Now this is wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Okay. So Bryson thought maybe he did whatever he did wrong, he deserved that a punishment. I don't think that's brainwash. I believe he think that what happened to him, he deserved that, but which he didn't, okay? Let's go back to here. Let's go back. Wait, God. Hold on, y'all. Let's go right here. I want to go right here. Now, I want to go back to right here. On June the 27th, the captain said that the detective had made contact with Daniel. Daniel is the former NFL. And Christian, that was Bryson MUIR. And that they were beginning to cooperate with the ISP investigation. However, Bryson was still nowhere to be found. Y'all got to find out who was in that car with the mama and the dad, and why was that person in that car with them. Is that the disciplined person? We don't know. So, on Friday, afternoon, ISP declared an official silver alert for Bryson, y'all, who they said is still considered to be missing and danger. Because Bryson not supposed to be in that condition, y'all. No, nobody. Police said that Daniel and Kristen had agreed to bring their son to meet with ISP investigation at the Peru Post, okay? They said that the police said that Daniel and Kristen had agreed to bring their son, Bryson, to meet with the ISP investigators at the Peru Post, okay? The arrangement was scheduled for 12 o'clock p.m. Friday, ISP said. And there go Bryson, 14-year-old. Now, however, at around 11 a.m., the Muirs reportedly, they backed out of it, of the arrangement. They backed out. Why did they back out? ISP said this signaled an unwillingness to cooperate with the police. Wow. What are y'all thinking about at this time in this situation? Right now, he is our primary concern. His well-being and safety are of utmost importance. ISP Captain Ron Galevis said. Y'all, what the world is going on in y'all mind now? I want to hear from y'all, not what I said, what you think. Logan Sports Property, possible cult connection. The state police said that the Muir's Logan Sports Property is owned by the Servant Leaders Foundation, a non-profit religion group. The Chevy Suburban, driven by Kristen, is also owned by the Servant Leader Foundation. They don't got this founder in trouble. That's what it sounds like. Yes. Fox 59, CBS 4 crews recently went to the home located off a secluded 2-lane road in Royal Logan Sports and surrounded mostly by trees. A long gravel driveway is cut off near the road by a fence marked with multiple no trespassing and private property signs. Just like he said, something just ain't right. And something just ain't right. This is the sign outside the place where there is no signs outside the home with the name Servant Leader Foundation. They said there's no sign. This is not what this sign said about no Servant Leader Foundation. This sign says, but there is one right past the fence that says, "Welcome to the Straightway, Indiana, Goshen." A crest on the sign as an S on a shield with two swords forming an X behind the shield. All right, y'all. Wow. A Google search of Straightway will lead you to the Straightway Truth Ministry Okay? A Tennessee-based religion group that some online have labeled a cult. On the Straightway Truth Ministry website, the group states it is a nation of Hebrew Israelites who are commandment keepers. Ooh, y'all begin into way obedience to yea God and our servant Jesus the Christ. That y'all can't say that y'all talking about Jesus Christ, cause Jesus ain't tell y'all do y'all children like this, your child like this. Jesus didn't say that. Straightway official YouTube page featured a video published 4 months ago of a man who appears to be former Colt defensive tackle Daniel preaching from a stage, y'all, to a cheering crowd.
To appreciate being in the presence of greatness. Why is it hard? You see what jealousy and envy and the state that it can have you in? Here's an example. You see this man here, I told the saints when we was at Goshen. Me and El could go places. They'll come up. Hey, how you doing? Is that Rob Mathis? Yeah, that's him. Man, oh man, hey man, how you doing? Man, can we take a picture? Hey, can you take this picture? Sure. Hey, and then they'll come and they'll say, did you play too? Yeah, I played. Sometimes they'll come to me, I can be by myself. Hey man, how you doing, Rob? I'll be like, hey man, how you doing?
This is Daniel, y'all, the father, bragging on his career.
Man, we miss those days, man. Man, he used to do this move, man, when he would spin inside. I told him, hey, I was telling the brothers, I say, yeah, go back and watch the film. You ever seen him do his outside spin? Now that was impressive. For all of y'all who, I know I'm speaking Chinese to a lot of you sisters right now. It's okay. But for you to do an outside spin, not this way, but this way, and still turn the corner and smack a quarterback, that is next level. Why is it so hard for us to appreciate when you're in the presence of greatness? Why is it? Think about it. But what happens a lot of times is we'll sit and look foolish and say foolish things, whether it's out in the open or in your hearts. Let me give you an example. Daniel Muir has tackled his thousands, but Rob Mathis tackled his 10,000s. What's going to stop him from taking over Goshen? You see how foolish that looks? So when this stuff is submitted to you, when this stuff is said in your heart, why you don't stop and laugh at yourself like, nah, devil, you ain't gonna get me.
All right, y'all, this is Bryson father, the football player who y'all hear is bragging on his career. And look, y'all, look at the sword. The sword right here. Look, right here. Hold on. I'm sorry. Look at the sword. Right here. What kind of church is that? We're going to leave that alone and come back to right here. Okay, y'all. You saw the video. That was Bryson father. Okay? That was Daniel. Police is, I apologize. Bryson is described by ISP as a 6'2", 185-pound black male with black hair and brown eyes. The child was last seen with a black eye and wearing an orange Under Armour shirt and blue jeans. Now that young man is 6'2" at the age of 14. Yeah, that daddy. He tried the daddy and the daddy tried him. All right, the police are urging anyone with information, y'all, on Bryson's whereabouts or his parents to contact the Indiana State Police Post. And there go the number right there, 800-382-0689. Or call 911. No other information has been provided, y'all. No other information. And as soon as I get more information, and there have been no arrests have been made, okay? So just as soon as Lanita gets some information on Bryson, and I'll show y'all him. This is the father, y'all. Daniel MUIR, former NFL player. The mother-in-law has accused him of hitting 14-year-old son. Y'all like and y'all share this video. I love y'all. Be safe out there. Stay cool. And I'm out.